And major changes could be coming to how you pay taxes. A special session has been scheduled tomorrow on Capitol Hill to address sweeping changes to Utah's tax code. One day away from the vote, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say they're not on board. ABC4's Brittany Johnson in studio to explain. Brittany.
That's right, Emily. Both Republicans and Democrats say it's difficult to support this tax reform bill the way it's currently written. Even Utah's gubernatorial candidates oppose elements of the reform plan, saying passing the bill in tomorrow's special session would be premature. Still, supporters believe they have secured enough votes for it to pass. We're less than 24 hours away from Utah's special session on tax reform. Some lawmakers admit there's some imbalance in the budget, but say tackling tax reform in a special session isn't feasible. Representative Brian King.
I think the timing on it is unnecessary to get it done before the end of the year.
Senate President Stuart Adams says passing a tax overhaul bill before year's end will lead to Utahns seeing less money taken from their paychecks starting in January.
We want to replace those dependent exemptions, but we want to do it January 1.
If we pass this in the special session or in the general session in January or February, we could make it retroactive to January 1st of 2020. There's nothing that prohibits us from doing that.
The Tax Reform Task Force approved a proposal this week that reportedly cuts $160 million in taxes for individual taxpayers, but businesses would see a $28 million hike.
It actually gives us more stability in our tax system.
A sales tax on groceries combined with a refundable tax credit for low-income Utahns.
That's one of the things that gives me the most heartburn about this proposal.
And makes massive cuts to the income tax, the constitutionally guaranteed revenue source for public education, among other things.
I don't like the idea of taking money out of our education fund in the form of a decrease in income tax when we desperately need better investment for our kids.
All items the Senate president says has been addressed during public hearings.
We spent 7 months working on this bill. That's a lot longer than a 45-day legislative session. We've had 17 public hearings. That's a lot of public hearings.
This is such a complex and important issue, and it has so many unintended and unforeseen side effects. I think we would be better off by gathering some more information.
Well, in addition to tax reform, the special session will include discussion of funding for behavioral health programs.
All right, now we're all interested. How is this expected to play out tomorrow?
It's going to be a long day. This starts
it
at
is.
5 o'clock tomorrow up at the Capitol. It's expected to last for hours because they need a 2/3 vote for this to pass in both the House and the Senate. Now, if it does pass, this will go to the governor's desk where he will sign it. He will decide if he'll sign it or if he won't. If he does, then it immediately goes into effect. If not, we'll see more of this coming up in the legislative session starting in January.
All right, and you'll be covering this for us tomorrow.
Yep,
Thank
I'll
you
be
so
there.
much, Brittany
Thanks,
Johnson. We
Emily.
appreciate it.